On a Fox News alert, we're awaiting a vote in the House on Speaker John Boehner's Plan B to avert the fiscal cliff. The Republican plan allows the Bush-era tax cuts to expire on those making more than $1 million a year, but keeps current tax rates for everyone else as they are. The president has threatened to veto. Can Boehner get the votes? Congresswoman Marsha Blackburn out of Tennessee with me now, and good morning to you.
Good morning.
Will you vote in favor of this idea?
We're not sure exactly how we're going to vote, but I got to tell you something,
Well,
Bill.
what are you going to do?
Well, no, let me tell you, Speaker Boehner deserves a tremendous amount of credit for what he has done and has hung in there with that. You know, I have to tell you, I'm in that lean no category because I'm one of those people that wants to see the spending cuts, and that's what my constituents are wanting to see. They're wanting to see spending cuts, and they're saying, look, we can't continue to give the president more money to spend. We have to be able to start reining in this deficit, reining in this debt, and begin to make some progress towards some fiscal restraint, which is an imperative. And I think that people they're looking at the debt, the deficit. They look at who holds this debt, and they're saying, come on, Mr. President, you campaigned on you were going to cut the deficit in half. You haven't done it. That's not a promise that you've kept to the American people. You said you were going to get spending under control. Instead, you've accelerated it. You can't run these trillion-dollar deficits. It is time to look at entitlement reform. It's time to look at stabilizing the trust funds. It is time to cut the discretionary spending.
And what he is arguing yesterday is that he's met Republicans more than halfway.
I would say no, and let me tell you exactly why. Members of the House have done their job. We've sent bills starting last May, finishing in September, that would deal with the tax extenders for everybody, that would deal with a plan for tax reform, that would handle sequestration and the defense cuts that are there. They are on Harry Reid's desk. Now, if the president and Harry Reid wanted to be serious about this, they could have taken those bills up in September. This is a crisis of their making. They wanted to push it down to the final minutes. And I think a lot of our constituents are looking at this and saying, you know what, we want them to begin to get serious about some of the spending cuts and putting this on a solid footing.
It is true. We've heard from a lot of Republicans over the past couple of weeks. We haven't heard from Democrats, frankly, about what can pass in the House, or especially on the Senate side. But come back to my original question. Will you vote yes or no if Plan B is on the floor?
I am more likely to be a no vote. But with that said, I do give our leadership a tremendous amount of credit in trying to work this through to completion. I think that the Speaker, in trying to negotiate with the President, has given it a really great shot. The President is not willing to look at the spending side of the ledger, and that's what people are wanting to see.
I understand the point you're making there. If Plan B goes down, if it doesn't pass, what does that mean?
I don't know exactly what that does mean. I don't know if there is a Plan C, and I go back to saying we've passed these bills. They are in the Senate. They could have started keeping these bills, working them, going to conference on this back in September. I mean, Bill, those bills have been sitting there. The tax extender bill was passed August 1st.
But now you're looking at a calendar that expires in 11 days. Do you think, and I think this is the fundamental question that people want to know, are we going over the cliff, or will there be a deal? As of today, what do you think?
I do not know. I don't think anybody knows. I think if people knew the answer to that, Bill, they would, you know, you would be seeing some activity on that at this point. I do not think that anyone knows the answer to that. We would have liked for the president and for the Leader Reid, to focus on this earlier and have prevented this from happening.
Well,
they should have seen this company.
That answer itself tells a lot. Thank you for your time. Marsha Blackburn, Republican from Tennessee. Have a Merry Christmas one way or another.
You too.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.